Hello, I'm Allie Diamond.
And I'm Darren Kitchen.
And this is ThreatWire.
What is up with the US telco system, right? You know something is seriously off when the FBI, nay, the vast majority of Five Eyes intelligence agencies known for their wholesale war on consumer encryption is now recommending the likes of Signal and WhatsApp over your default messaging app.
Salt Typhoon, aka Famous Sparrow, Earth Estuaries, Ghost Emperor, and UNC 2286 are recognized as a China-backed hacking group and is now believed to be behind the infiltration of at least 8 US telco companies, impacting a few dozen countries so far in addition.
Wow. The original intrusion was revealed to the public via a blog post by Trend Micro, and according to the post, the infiltration takes advantage of the following CVEs and attack chains: the Avanti Connect Secure VPN exploitation, a CVE from 2023, which is a Fortinet FortiClient EMS SQL injection vulnerability, and a CVE from 2022, which is an RCE vulnerability for Sophos firewalls, and Proxy Logon, which targets Microsoft Exchange servers.
After gaining control of the vulnerable server, we observed that the attackers leveraged living off the land binaries lol bins like wmic.exe, psexec.exe for lateral movement, and deployed customized malware such as SnappyBee, Demodex, and Ghost Spider to conduct long-term espionage activities against their targets.
A combined statement was released by the US CISA, NSA, FBI, as well as the cybersecurity agencies of Canada, Australia, New Zealand, providing guidance for defenders. You can read that as 4 out of 5 Five Eyes partners recommend that network engineers implement some very specific Cisco security settings.
We cannot say with certainty that the adversary has been evicted because we still don't know the scope of what they're doing. We're still trying to understand that, along with those partners, a senior CISA official said in a Tuesday press call.
You see, while the transition from unencrypted SMS to the new RCS standard has finally brought end-to-end encryption for Android to Android texting in the same way that iPhone to iPhone has for years, there's still a glaring shortcoming in that it can't be ignored. RCS messages between iPhone and Android are not end-to-end encrypted, leaving a huge swath vulnerable to this newly revealed threat to the US telco system.
And this is exactly why those in the know are recommending secure texting alternatives like Signal or WhatsApp. Of course, the FBI specifically is recommending, quote, responsibly managed encryption, aka with backdoors. So while some set pieces have changed, the crypto wars wage on.
Over the past few years, it feels like the US is really waking up and taking cybersecurity and data privacy more seriously. One example, an update to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA, has been proposed by the Consumer Financial Reporting or Protection Bureau to hinder data brokers from selling data.
The proposed rule aims to reclassify data brokers under the same legal framework as credit bureaus and background check companies, therefore closing a long-standing regulatory gap. It would impose restrictions on selling data that identifies individuals, such as social security numbers, income histories, and credit scores, limiting the ability of data brokers to monetize private information.
Prior to this rule, data brokers were utilizing loopholes in laws to sell customer data like social security numbers and phone numbers. According to CFPB Director Rohit Chopra, the regulation is receiving bipartisan support, meaning that everyone is really seeing the importance of adding more guardrails to data protection.
So I personally find this story particularly interesting as we have the impending ban of TikTok. TikTok has been a hot political issue as its product is owned by Chinese company ByteDance. China is an ITAR restricted country, and having access to that much information about US citizens as well as strong influence over US sentiment is a risk, hence its impending ban.
The ban was attempted to be appealed, but was upheld by U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit. According to the ruling, ByteDance must divest their U.S. Stake of TikTok, or the application will be banned by January 19th, 2025, just around the corner.
AT&T's long-standing copper landline infrastructure, the OG backbone of the public switched telephone network, accounts for a mere 5% of its customers. Said another way, hardly anyone has an old-school analog landline anymore. If y'all do, it's likely voice over IP or VoIP. And yet another copper-twisted pairs accounts for 35% of AT&T's maintenance costs.
While building the network of the future, the company is actively working to exit its legacy copper network operations across the large majority of its wireline footprint by the end of 2029.
With the potential death of copper landlines looming, regulatory and contractual obligations may keep the pulse on the PSTN, at least in California, where lawmakers are fighting for its survival, especially for its rural residents.
Personally, I'll be tipping one for my homies when it's finally retired, but until then, I'm keeping my beige box handy.
Thank you so much for watching ThreatWire for the week of December 9th, 2024. If you want to support this ad-free show, please head over to patreon.com/ThreatWire.
And stay tuned for some exciting new content on the Hack5 channel, including the annual Payload Awards show premiering here on YouTube later in the month.
I've been in Austin for the past few days filming content, so there's a lot of really awesome Hack5 content coming up. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and as always, good luck, have fun,
and trust your technolust.